Hello, great to see you all here. I'm delighted to have this opportunity to tell you a little bit about myself, some of the things I believe in, and I hope you'll understand from that the reasons why I'm choosing to seek the nomination to replace Jim. I'm delighted that Jim is here to bask in the warm glow of your appreciation for his good work. I think all three of us agree completely on this, that we've got big shoes to fill. We're very anxious to be able to succeed in this riding and for this riding in the way that Jim has. Thought I'd start by telling you a little bit about myself so that you've got a sense of who is appealing to you to be your nominee. Let me start then by saying that I was actually raised in the city of Toronto. It's not my fault. It was just the way it worked out. I got here, as they say, as quickly as I could. I went to school in Nova Scotia and came back to Toronto after that. And actually, before I came back to Toronto, I went and taught school in Nigeria for a year. It was supposed to be a 2-year deal, but it was interrupted by a civil war. But it was an extremely important and formative experience for me, and a chance to look at my country from a distance, to see how another part of the world lives, and to understand more about how fortunate we are as Canadians to have the civil life that we have. When I came home from Nigeria, I worked for a couple of years with disturbed children in a couple of different psychiatric facilities, went back to school, and then came to St. Lawrence College in Kingston. So most of my working life was at St. Lawrence College, where I was a teacher and an administrator for 37 and a half great years. I live here in Cornwall with my wife Martine Ménard, who was at an exercise class tonight. Who would have thought that could be more fun than watching me make a speech? If she was here, she'd be going like this already, so that's enough. Say tout morning. But I had a wonderful time at St. Lawrence College. It was an extremely fulfilling opportunity for me, and had a great time forming new programs and getting to know some thousands of students over the 37 years that I was there. I'm running because I want to create economic development opportunities for our community. There are many, many issues, and we're going to talk about 3 important ones in a few moments. But what I want to make my central focus is the economic growth of our community. We've done relatively well in the last few years. There have been big infrastructure projects that have been important to us. I want to focus on entrepreneurship. Half the jobs in the world get created by small business. We need to do things to support small business. My computer broke today. How much time do I got left? 2 minutes. No good. My computer broke today, and I went to a small business in Cornwall to get it repaired. Actually, I ended up buying a new one. And I listened to him talk about the experience of small business in our community. And he's a fairly successful guy, but he's not satisfied with the way he's treated by all levels of government. He doesn't feel supported and encouraged. I was telling him, actually, I've got a story in The Economist about the man in Tunisia who was probably the flashpoint for the beginning of the revolution that has just taken place there. That man killed himself, as I understand it, because he got in a fight with the police in his country, and they tipped over his fruit stand because he didn't have a license, and they spit on him. And he covered himself in gasoline and set himself on fire and started a revolution in his country, which they badly needed. But we've got to, and obviously this is not Tunisia, but we've got to do more for the small business community. We've got to help young people become entrepreneurs. I've got some experience working with youth, as you would know. I want us to encourage young people in this community to start businesses and to stay here and succeed in that role. Those are my introductory remarks. I look forward to discussing more with you as the evening progresses.